folks, welcome in to the Semi Perfect Podcast. Joining us here tonight, we have Saberspark.
Hello.
Laura.
Hello.
PanamaMatt.
Howdy, howdy.
Toodles.
I'm dweeb.
Hirosashii.
Hey, yo, what it do?
And PaleoSteno.
Hello.
And
Paleo.
joining us any minute will be Black Griffin.
Haley, can you imagine the scene from Cloverfield Lane, but John Goodman singing "Roll Back the Clock"? Roll back the clock to the donut time. Sorry.
That'll make the movie even creepier.
Yeah, it would. I'd rather face the aliens.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, coming up here on this podcast, we're going to be talking about a couple of things.
Like what?
One of I just realized why I kept stopping talking. So I just turned on the Twitch page
Oh, you heard yourself?
the podcast, and all of a sudden I'm like, why is somebody repeating everything I'm saying?
And then you realized,
You didn't recognize your own voice?
No,
with all the announcing you do at Irwindale, with all the echo on the track PA,
you would think.
you'd think.
But yeah, so yeah, one thing we're going to be talking about during this podcast, and I want to lay this out early, just in case anyone's worried. We're going to be talking about the upcoming My Little Pony movie. However,
No, we're not going to spoil anything. We don't know anything.
However, that's
More
what I was
than-
going to say is we will not be discussing any spoilers. We'll more probably be talking about who we're going to be seeing it with, our anticipation for it, but we will not be discussing spoilers for the movie. So
Yeah,
So
we
don't
know
worry,
shit.
folks. That being said, I highly recommend you see it within the next 2 weeks because more than likely we will be talking about the movie come the next show. So get on out there, go check it out if you care to, and if you don't, then don't. That's it. So we'll be getting into that conversation a little bit later on. A reminder that in just about 2 weeks, a group of us is going to be headed out to Ponyville Cider Fest out in Milwaukee, and we're going to eat lots of cheese curds
Yes.
and hang out with lots of cool people. So if you're out in the area, or if you're not and you realize I can buy a plane and head on out there, highly recommend this convention. It's a great convention, run by some really good people. And every year we've been, I don't think we've had a single complaint every year. So
It is such a fun convention.
good times. And the
What,
weather's...
Cider Fest?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so chilled out. Milwaukee's a great city.
I'm gonna start catching up on those vlogs here over the next 2 weeks.
Very chilled this time of year, I'm assuming.
I might snow. I hope.
You
too.
might.
I'm just looking forward to watching you walk out of the airport again.
I am a conditioned cold man now, so I should be just fine. There should be no problems. So let's jump into this. We're going to start with Sarah. I guess the food posts.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay,
there's
let's see here.
quite a few that are lined up here.
Has anyone else been having the issue with Twitter? Whenever I go on to Twitter, if I just leave Twitter untouched for 5 minutes, I have to refresh it to use it again. Does that happen to anyone else?
No.
Yeah, it does to me actually.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad someone's having this issue with me.
Okay.
Hero. All right.
First food post, we've got Flynn. Let's see. He's got, what has he got? They're like these little, they look like cheese poofs, but they're
Is
called
it the
ja.
peanuts thing?
Are they peanuts? No, they're not peanuts. Are they peanuts? They look like cheese poofs. That's weird.
Cheese
Oh,
poofs?
Peanuts.
But maybe they are peanuts. They're really curvy peanuts, if they are peanuts.
Talking peanuts to me.
Saber, I'm hearing the same thing you are, I think.
Shut up.
Very kind of a
Penis.
Looks like a talking penis.
I'm still scrolling. I haven't been able to find this thing, but I saw it.
He only tagged Semi-Perfect Pod on it, so that's
Oh,
why
never.
you're having
Then
that issue.
I'm lying. Apparently.
Silverblaze has the meats from Arby's and ready for the podcast. Nice.
I like Arby's,
Me too.
Looks like they have like an Arby's taco.
which
I didn't know that Arby's had tacos, but it looks like a taco.
an Arby's.
Why are you doing Squidward things?
Ross Pitt has, let's see. Not sure I'll make the first 30 minutes of the podcast tonight. Here's a picture of what I'm eating at the moment, and it's an Algebra 2, a teaching textbook 2.0 with automated grading.
No, here we go. Now this is a food post like if I've ever seen it. The Cake Slayer posts. I had the pleasure of finishing the entire Semi-Perfect podcast binge today.
Dang.
Way to go, Cake Slayer. And then they posted, thank you all. Today I eat Old Spice hair soap with a side of comb.
Oh.
That's not healthy.
It's actually good for you.
You know, when
Not
they say
very
to
many
brush your
calories
teeth-
in soap.
When they say that to brush your teeth, they're thinking of a very different tool.
What is that?
That was
Someone's here to pick me up, guys. Go.
See, it was weird because I heard it outside and then I heard it come through the speakers and I'm like, which one of you is near me? Oh, I figured it out.
Yeah. It's the one that
And
listens.
then
you
we
dork.
have, oh, here we go. Drummer Shy says, ready for pre My Little Pony hype.
Excuse me,
it's
Jeffrey,
got-
it's Spooky Shy this month?
Ooh.
Wow,
Sorry,
called
I
out.
just assumed his name. He's got some popcorn in a MLP bucket and Coke Zero.
Nice.
Oh, he's got the buckets?
Yeah, he's already got the bucket.
That might have been, that possibly was a promo.
I'm gonna get one.
It might have been a promo that they were doing leading up to the movie. But I'm not sure. Chris says, got myself a what is this? Winco sandwich and a monster drink. What's a Winco sandwich? Is that like a...
I would imagine that's the
Winco.
brand. It looks good.
Winco's a supermarket that's kind of like a Costco, but no membership required.
Huh. Okay, so they probably just got it there. Zombie said, stopped watching for the Sixers game. God. Got my homework and my gum. I am set.
He said, stop watching the Sixers game
Stopped
for the
watching
Semi-Perfect
the
Pod.
Sixers game. Wow.
You totally read that
D.
wrong.
Nikki
We
D,
feel
Zombie
much
D.
more special now that Race has read it right.
Everyone was like, all right.
All right, we got Norse Brony with fajitas and milk for dinner and looking forward to the weekend for MLP movie.
Fajitas
Nice.
and milk.
Interesting combination.
That is
Yeah,
an
that
interesting
is-
combination, definitely.
Mr. Spoopy says, even though I just ate dinner before the show, does not make me any more excited. That's good. It's what is this? French fries and
looks like-
lots of shrimp.
There's like almost, I wonder, like it's two different types of shrimp. There's like shrimp with pasta, and then there's like a garlic herb butter type of shrimp, and that looks delicious.
Aura Mermaid says, I scream for ice cream, and she does clarify, you can't have it.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
Well, that's fine because I don't want it.
what a tease. What a tease.
Let's see. We've got Heather Gentile with she's celebrating sister's birthday today. Might as well listen to the Semi-Perfect Pod with homemade cupcakes. Yum yum. Looks good.
Might as well. And then the last one I see here is Hogue Pikachu.
Yeah.
With animal cookies.
Nice. Frosted animal
Oh.
cookies.
I'm actually eating
Fully
sunflower
frosted
seeds.
shortbread animal shapes is the precise way that it's a scientific term.
Oh my god.
I didn't
Gabe's on.
realize they got-
Gabe,
That's its Latin name.
I think Gabe's on his way.
Okay.
I think he's also a mile in the sky
Oh.
right now.
Wait a minute.
He's about to crash through the roof in front of his computer.
It's times like that I wish we had video for these casts.
Yeah.
Because you know he would.
We do have one more. Cinder has got M&Ms.
Ooh. Yeah.
But what kind, though?
Regular.
Yeah, it's
milk
important.
chocolate with a new look.
Good.
Has anybody tried the caramel ones? Because, like,
Yes,
I know they exist,
good?
but we haven't seen them yet.
they're pretty good.
I love caramel. It's like my favorite
Human caramel.
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 It's pronounced criminal.
Caramel. Garnicle.
So how has everyone's last 2 weeks been?
Pretty good.
Delightful.
Really hectic.
It's been sight.
Yeah.
Lay it on us, Hero. What's going?
Oh no, just work. Always work. That's my week now.
Welcome to my
Do you
life.
like it?
Yeah, I like it, except for when I have a deadline that I can't meet, literally exclusively because
You're
other
like,
people can't
Jackson!
meet it.
Exclusively because what?
Other people can't meet it for me. Like I had a document. I was like, I need Joe to edit this document, and he's like, yeah, sure. And he's doing it really slowly, and I know he can do it faster.
I
like,
hate Joe.
I'm like, Joe, I really need that. My deadline was yesterday, Joe. Please.
Freaking
So
Joe.
that's the world I'm in right now.
Jeez. Anyone else got stuff going on? Anything new?
Working on a YouTube video.
Whoa.
Blessing. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. About Teen Titans.
Teen Titans.
Oh. I just released a video called Bronies React.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
That was a thing.
Throughout this month, I'm going to be playing mildly spooky games.
Mildly spooky.
Are you
Yes.
going to be live streaming them?
Yeah. This Friday, I'm going to be playing Chapter 1 of Bendy and the Ink Machine. Because that one seems to be the popular vote.
Now, when you say mildly spooky, how does it compare to your series of Franbo?
Franbo, I would say, is mildly spooky. I don't want to get too spooky. And, like,
Come on.
I don't want to scare myself shitless. So.
All right. Anyone else?
I've been playing a lot of Cuphead.
I was turned to a cow.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a
Cuphead.
wonderful game.
What the hell is
It is.
Cuphead?
It is a pretty game.
It's
a very pretty game.
Animated in
it's
cool 30 animation style.
So
Yeah.
They spent
Oh, yeah,
more time
Cuphead.
animating it.
Oh, it looks
It's
gorgeous.
been in development since like 2010.
Yeah. And
Damn.
highly recommend that if you can, buy it and play it, or either purchase the album. Because that
Yeah,
is
the
pretty
soundtrack
awesome.
is really, really good.
You were listening
Is
to a
it-
sample
is-
of it
is the next
before the podcast
Undertale?
started.
What?
Nah,
Say what?
It's not quite that level. It's not like that kind. I don't know.
What was your question, Saber?
Is this the next Undertale?
The next Undertale.
I don't think it'll have that kind of popularity. That's a really rare thing. And by really rare,
Yeah.
like rare, I mean like once every 2
I'm
years.
not, I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure if it has the same kind of appeal Undertale.
Right,
I'm not sure,
right.
Well,
but
what game
it's definitely going to be popular with people who like animation, of course, because it's
So
it
babies.
looks really, really good.
Like you,
confusing.
Saberspark.
Oh.
The animation's for babies, but the game's so hard. Like, who's it appealing to?
Dark Souls for babies.
No, wait, it's the thing that I posted in the chat earlier. Is like, wait, this isn't Dark Souls. This is Contra. Because it's
God.
really more comparable to Contra.
I saw a video where who was it? Tommy Wiseau was playing Dark Souls.
I saw that. He's like,
What?
yeah, he was playing Dark Souls. It was great. He's like, I know how to beat this.
Oh,
But, like,
dear.
seeing these images of people redrawing Cuphead as Master Shake is hilarious to me.
Oh man. I do want to mention. Obviously, a lot of us know that there was unfortunately a tragedy that happened in Las Vegas over the weekend on Sunday night, and Yeah, just for anyone that was affected. I happen to know a lot of people who in some way have a connection to either someone who was there or someone who was killed, unfortunately, at that event. I didn't realize how many people went to this concert until afterwards, because I myself don't listen to country music, so I didn't realize how many people would be there. But one of the places I work at is Bakersfield Speedway, and unfortunately, we've really gotten to know the family well, but they ended up losing a family member. And I know I made a post on Twitter the other day in regards to it, but obviously for anybody that was affected by that, I certainly want to extend thoughts and prayers and whatnot. It's insane how overall bad that whole situation got. Just wanted to mention it. It's kind of the elephant in the room as far as, so what has everyone been up to this week? But yeah, just wanted to mention it again. I know that I'm glad to see all the support that all the victims have been getting and whatnot. So, yep. But on to certainly better times. I guess moving forward, Sarah, we had 2 My Little Pony episodes that came out in the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
And you're going to have to help me with this because I'm trying to remember what they were.
Okay.
Well, the most recent one was Marks and Recreation.
Yes, we're going to start off with the Health of Information episode featuring Fluttershy and Zecora mainly. In this episode, Zecora comes down with swamp fever, a disease for which no cure has been discovered, and Fluttershy makes it her mission to heal her. So, start of the episode, Zecora gets sick, and apparently this sickness is probably like one of the most diabolical things that have been thought up by the staff in My Little Pony, where like the person affected turns into a fucking tree. Finally,
Fluttershy can become a tree.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
But she says that, and then she's like, "Oh, jeez, I'm gonna become a tree." Like,
so she was bluffing.
Yeah. This is my nightmare.
No, when I was watching this, I'm like, wait, did they just say they turned into a fucking tree?
Like, there was an episode of Dinosaur that scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. It's that, dun 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 Dinosaur, where like it's like the dun 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Scared the hell out of me. There's an episode where like the guy, his job was cutting down a tree, and he like met some other like dinosaur that looked like him in the forest, but his face was stuck in a tree, and they like traded places. And his face was like caught in the tree, and he's like, "Help, somebody!" And I remember like turning off the episode, so I never know if he got saved or not. So it was like terrifying to me to think like if someone turned into a tree, they just got stuck there forever.
I'm already like very iffy. Like, there's different types of art that people make.
Oh no.
No, I was just gonna say, it was like transformation art. It's not necessarily that level of craziness, but that stuff freaks me out. Like, I don't know, just like the idea of like turning into some inanimate object. I used to have there was a book. Do you guys remember the freaking book about like, it was like some donkey with a donkey family, and he had like, I don't know, he was being an ass and he got turned into a rock. I know, I didn't even realize I did that. But
Isn't there like legit in Dante's Inferno? Isn't there a circle of hell? I think it's like the 7th or the 8th or something like that, where you turn into a tree and then harpies eat you or something like that.
Ew. But no, there was this book. Oh god, am I the only one who knew of this book?
Yeah, apparently.
I think so.
The closest I'm getting to what you're saying is Pinocchio.
No, he turns into a rock.
No, it's Animorphs.
He turns into a rock, and then he just sits there, and like his family cries, and he can't do anything. And I'm just like, that is terrifying. Let me see if I can find this. Guy turns into.
Someone knows the
rock.
book you're talking about.
Who?
The Universe Traveler. Do you know what the name of the book is?
I need a name.
It's called Becoming a Democrat.
God.
Remind me to never touch.
Someone else also knows what it is. Does anybody know the title
Give us
of
a
it?
title, chat. Give us a title.
I'm sure if you Google "donkey turns into a rock," you could probably find it. Let me try.
I think it was a donkey.
It'll just be like Donkey from Shrek.
Donkey turns into... Wait, it is a donkey. In the Google search.
Is it
Donkey
Sylvester
turns
and the
into
Magic
a
Pebble?
horse? Yes, Sylvester and the Magic Pebble.
I literally Googled "donkey turns into a rock," and that's the
I'm
first
surprised
thing
that I
showed up.
remembered what type of animal he was. It was a donkey, and he was being an ass. Okay.
Yeah, it tells the tale of Sylvester, a donkey from the fictional community of Oatsdale, who collects pebbles of unusual shape and color. One day he finds a pebble that grants wishes. Immediately afterward, a lion scares Sylvester and as defense, he wishes himself into a rock. Oh shit, he fucked up. It wasn't that he was being an ass, he was trying to protect himself and then couldn't turn back.
He was scared and actually basically killed himself.
Oh.
He didn't, because he wasn't able to wish himself back because he didn't have a mouth.
The rest of the story deals with the resulting aftermath, Sylvester's personal attempt to change back into his true self, and his parents' search for their only son. Like, I don't think this book has a happy ending, because it doesn't say it does.
Well, why do you think it was banned in parts of the United States?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, this is funny. The Wikipedia page says the book raised controversy among several school districts and organizations for its portrayal of the police as pigs.
Oh my god.
Because that's why.
Oh god. I guess it got banned because of that in parts of the US. That's funny. God.
Apparently it does have a good ending.
Well, spoilers. I was gonna say it does, but
okay.
But just the idea.
No. How else do you tackle such a thing as horrendous disease, or do you deal with death head on? I mean, I know a few shows have, Fraggle Rock being one of them that comes to mind.
Yeah.
But
highly recommend y'all watch Fraggle Rock. It's the best show ever.
By the way, thank you whoever lended that belch to the topic. That was very insightful. Very insightful. But, let me ask you this, all you guys. What would you prefer? That sort of transformation or dying?
What? Yeah, what?
I mean, in terms of what they did in the show.
Oh, I thought you meant like literally if it happened to me.
No.
Well, that too, but
like in context of the show, would you have preferred them to go like, oh, the character turns into a tree route, or they just straight up die? Is what Matt's saying.
Yeah,
I think it'd be pretty bold to go the route of
straight up dying. I mean, turning into a tree, that's kind of pretty much death anyways, I feel.
Still,
a tree is a living thing, but still, you can't do shit.
Could you imagine them saying that in the show, though? It's like, well, you first read bubbles, and then you die. Oh my goodness.
You sneeze lightning,
they might as well.
Cough bubbles.
Real talk, sneezing lightning was dope. I want to do that. That's awesome. Maybe a little inconvenient, but...
Yeah.
A little bit.
I kind of wonder, because they kept referring to that mage woman as just straight up disappearing, so I wonder if, like, there's... I don't think so, but it'd be interesting if they had her show up at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only, like, what, 4 episodes left in this season?
Yeah, because clearly she found the cure.
Yeah.
Or she turned into a tree.
Oh.
She was able to take care of everyone else, but not herself.
No, just went into remission.
Well, maybe they'll never answer it and leave us questioning it for the rest.
Yeah. Or maybe that's just another way of them to avoid saying that she died.
We never saw her again. Didn't bother looking for her either.
The old guy? Oh, he died. It's the most memorable thing about that movie.
What?
She's living with Applejack.
Secret Life of Pets.
No, like it's in that respect, it's kind of interesting that they go like the tree route to maybe avoid kind of talking about death, but then they had an entire episode about Applejack's dead parents.
They sure
and
did.
like all
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
But
They
they,
did just straight
they,
up say.
they still never explicitly said that they were dead, though. Like, it is so heavily implied. But
They're just gonna show up in an episode and be like,
right,
"No,
and be like, they never said we were dead,
No
guys.
one helped to look for us.
How was your vacation?
Someone in the chat says,
I got rid of you all.
someone in the chat says, "Oh no, she's dead."
one of my favorite brony dance party."
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so
All right.
anything else anyone wants to comment on that episode?
I
I thought
mean,
it was
like,
fun.
what did we think of the moral of the story? Like the whole, you need to take care of yourself before you're able to take care of others. I think that one's a pretty good moral. Cause like,
Very pragmatic, but it felt a bit forced the way.
Put on your own oxygen mask before you put on others' oxygen mask.
yeah,
So it's basically
assist yourself first,
friggin-
and then assist the child behind.
I
Child
was
sitting
like,
thing.
Your
I
saddle
was
bag.
bothered by that sentence, by that instruction too. I was like, but I am a good person. I would first, and then I got older, and I was like, oh, okay, so you don't die, and then they die immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's the same thing with people who like drown, where it's like you don't hop in and you don't help them. You just let them die. Unless,
Is that what you did as a lifeguard?
no, I mean, you're not like legit.
What were you paid to do?
All of it. No, but real talk, like you don't want to. You don't want to get.
I just keep thinking of like Saber at the pool, and there's like this kid drowning, and it's like, "Are you gonna save my kid?" No, it's his time.
Not out of this chair.
He's like in the 3 feet deep, and Saber's like, "Nope, not safe."
Quick! Someone throw Saber a shovel. See if he wants to keep digging.
Help me! I'm drowning.
No, you said not to save drowning people.
But legitimate, like this is real talk. In case you guys ever get like in a situation, let's say someone's drowning in the lake, and you swim out to them to save them. Their natural reaction is to grab onto you and treat you like a flotation device, which means there's a good chance that they're going
to drown you in the process.
along with them. Like that's why we have the lifeguard noodle, because at least to keep us afloat with our massive penises.
I thought it was because you guys can't.
It's not. I mean, because like throw something to them if you can. You know, that's the most important thing. They can float, or you have something to float with you. But yeah, don't go out there and save them unless, especially if it's a big person, like they'll drown you. I just saved your fuckers' lives.
Thank you.
All right.
You're
Anyone else have anything to say about a health of information? Nope. Okay. Next episode is called Marks and Recreation, and it's focused on the Cutie Mark Crusaders. In this episode, the Cutie Mark Crusaders start a Cutie Mark day camp, only to find out that one of their campers doesn't want a Cutie Mark. Now, this one is going to be interesting because, like, this episode was all about a way of thinking that Saber has had before on Cutie Marks.
The whole episode, I was turning to Sarah and I'm like, Saber is like, this episode was made for Saber.
Yeah.
So Saber, lay it on us.
I mean, I guess in the past I've always talked about how Cutie Marks limit characters, where it's like, I'm the party pony, I'm the farm pony, I'm the magic pony. It's like, it kind of reminds me of like how back in high school and college, they're like, what's your major that defines you? And I never really liked that. So I kept my ponies blank. So I'm like, oh, I want to keep my possibilities open. Like I don't want to commit to just one path. Like I like a lot of things.
Blank flanks forever. Blank flanks forever. Blank flanks.
It's gonna be the thing they say at like conventions now.
The next one.
I just love how the solution to the Peter Pan syndrome, or how to avoid getting your cutie mark, is to do absolutely nothing.
See, that's where things like biologically it sucks to be a pony. It's like what controls a cutie mark? Is it magic? You know, how come Spike doesn't have one?
He's not a pony.
Exactly, it's stupid.
Well,
Yeah,
why do caterpillars metamorphosize into butterflies?
Yeah.
We don't.
Because they're not ponies.
There you go.
Precisely.
It's I'm glad that they had an episode like this because I felt like it did answer a lot of questions in regards to cutie marks that a lot of us have had. Mostly that it was making the point that you can get a cutie mark in I'm good at this, but it doesn't necessarily mean like with doing.
You are
yeah,
more than a
that's not
one
what defines you. It's like there's more to you. Like with Thunderlane, he likes cooking, and what I feel is an interesting thing is the whole fact that like Thunderlane didn't discover cooking until he technically joined the Wonderbolts, and like that was a result of probably like him getting his cutie mark. Like he's super fast, he's a really good flyer, so he of course is going to be joining the Wonderbolts, and then he gets into cooking because that they take turns doing dinners, and then
whatever
like
happened
with
to Sweetie Belle becoming a singer.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
I like how the cutie mark shit are trying to like no, that's not true, and it's like there's like a scene where like I think Sweetie Belle's like freaking out because or Apple or somebody where like he's like confronting them about something they wanted.
Yeah.
When's the last time you did that? And they're like,
yeah.
Like the thing about it is at the end, I feel like even though like the CMC try to like in a show use plot force to like make you feel like Thunderwind's kind of wrong, I'm like he's not really wrong at all though. A Rumble, whatever. I'm like I think he's dead on accurate and checkmatey. Yes.
Did you like how the episode? I guess the episode resolution
about like how he just cooked at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that he just has this resolve that it's okay to try new things because whatever. It's weird because the first half of this episode was set up in a way that I thought that the kid was like, oh, my brother's just better at me than everything, so I might as well just not try. That's how it was set up, because, like, in the beginning of the episode, one of the kids in the background is like, oh, I bet he's not better than Thunderlane. And I'm like, what the fuck, kid? Shut the fuck up! And I thought that was going to be the route that they were going to go, is like, the kid is just like, well, I'm not going to beat my brother at anything, so why bother even try? But
it's really dumb. It's like, man, for a 7-year-old pony, you really don't have many accomplishments in life, like your brother. Well, I wonder fucking why.
That being said, it takes a heck of a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Dedication to allow yourself to fall flat off
a stage. Yeah.
When they were doing the dancing and all that, and he just
scary, man.
I'm gonna get drawing circles.
Painted.
I know. What was up with that one?
Well, I think we found Sakura's new apprentice.
Yeah. I'm sure there'd be a lot less ponies that were like had anxiety attacks over like their cutie marks if they didn't just like push it so much that you gotta get your cutie mark. Cutie mark's the best thing fucking ever.
It's like getting into school in Japan.
Well, seriously, what are you gonna
like if I got one that was like a turnip or like I don't know, like your special talent is in being a pharmacist.
Haikus.
Yeah, I'm like, here's the thing is, here's my biggest gripe about cutie marks is these kids are rushing to do this shit when they're like 8.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like, what's that?
I still have no idea.
Well, it's like, I don't know how old they are, but they're still kids. And it's like, should like cutie marks be discovered when they're older, when they have more time?
Like, when did friggin' Cheerlee get hers? Because, like, hers is super vague. Because, like, it is like, oh, she likes to like, I guess, make kids happy?
She's those little sunshine
Maybe she just likes to make...
Island.
There should be a comic where it's like some kid gets, like, a cutie mark and, like, a horseshoe. The father's like, congrats, son. The rest of your life is throwing horseshoes. He's like, but Dad, the rest of your life.
She did. I think she really did like explain her cutie mark, but it was kind of like a dumb, kind of like roundabout explanation. Oh, I like making kids smile, so my flowers on my butt have smiles on them, and help. I like to help kids bloom and grow. Whatever. I'm just like,
why couldn't
okay.
it just be a smiley emoji?
Well, because I think she also was like, oh, I help to nurture kids, like bloom and grow, and so I guess that's the flower part of it.
Okay.
Nah, the
I'm just
Emoji
like,
Movie had copyright on that. Yeah. No, God, there was a point one of you made a
Well,
second
you
ago.
know, like Rarity's cutie mark, like
That's
is
vague.
because of her talent, which is finding gems. But what her main thing isn't that at all.
Yeah. That's fashion.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Is
What?
she talented at finding gems? Because why did she bring Spike along
That's
in
what
Dog and Pony Show?
That's how she got her cutie mark, is when she found, like, when she could, I guess,
Her horn dragged her
find
across
gems.
the ground.
Yeah.
I'm just forgetting. Why did she bring Spike along in Dog and Pony Show?
No. Spike tagged along.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think he wanted some snacks.
Yeah, her ass.
And also,
Hi, Gabe. I hope that's the only thing you
I knew
heard.
that was coming. I knew it was coming. Snack on her. Gabe, how are you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm later than I anticipated. It was really bumpy and windy. It took a lot longer to get back.
did
When
you go through the
texted me-
sunroof? Or skylight?
I thought about it, but no.
When you texted me, were you up in the air?
Yeah.
Is that safe?
No.
No, not necessarily.
That's fine. I'm not worried about it being safe. I was just wondering if it was.
Nope.
Okay, good.
Ew.
It's no more dangerous than what he's already doing. So,
Well, okay. Truthfully, it depends on when you do it. I was about 500 feet high, and the conditions were relatively mild. So, yeah, I mean, it's safer than texting while driving, but it's no.
certainly less traffic.
There's definitely less traffic, but like if you're texting while driving on like a country road at night and there's no one around, that's safer than texting while driving in town. So if
Yes.
I were texting while flying, below 500 feet in rotor, and I need to constantly have toggle inputs or I'll hit a tree, that would be unsafe. But as it happened, I was higher in the air and it wasn't very windy. It was windy, more than I wanted it to be, but it wasn't super windy.
What happens if you drop your phone?
Then I dropped my phone. I
Yep.
hold on very tightly.
You're what?
What?
I
We didn't hear
hear.
you. Trailed off.
Like the drop
Oh,
phone.
I said I hold on very tightly because I definitely don't want to drop my phone.
Well, that's
Well, we're
good.
glad you could join us.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too. Yes, sorry. One day
we
I'll
were
be on
just
time.
discussing the new episodes.
Oh, those ones.
Yep.
Specifically, Marks and Recreation.
Oh, such a good show.
Yeah, Vincent Tong as the kid.
He's my favorite.
As the kid.
Rumble. That's
Oh,
his
he
name.
was Rumble, really?
Yeah.
We're just not casting any more guys. It's always Vincent.
They're always using new writers, though. I'm like, who is this person? Like, every time I watch it with Paleo, it was like, wait for the writer to come up and be just, who? Huh? Who's that?
I know. They need to figure it out. I know what's
I
best.
love that show. The Summer Sender. Wonderful.
I passed Glaze in subscribers. Yays.
Wow, Glaze, I haven't heard that name.
It took you
I know.
that long.
Well, I was very jealous of him because he wrote like 10 songs and maybe once every 5 months, and then he stopped writing them for years, and he still had like over 270,000 subscribers, and I was like, why? I mean, they're good songs. I love them, but
He's
that's a
British,
lot.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
very, very nice guy, very quiet. Very,
Is
very
it
quiet.
sad that I know him for his Avast Fluttershy's ass?
That's a good one.
Isn't that how everyone knows?
That's an inspired work right there.
My favorite's the collab he did with Hate Seed, the song Awoken.
You
That
just keep
song.
saying names that I just have
It's
long
so
not thought
cool.
about.
Hate Seed is actually a Navy nuke, as in a nuclear engineer. He's not actually a warhead, but he that'd be interesting. He
Science got too far.
a long time ago. He was one of the first like Fandom musicians that I talked to besides like Tombstone, and he was very it was cool because we had a lot in common. But then he did that collab with Glaze, and I was just like, dude, it's really good. You should, if you haven't heard Awoken, you should listen to it. It's great.
Gabe, we had a discussion going on earlier, and I'm curious as to your answer.
Yes.
If you had the option, one of two options, you could either die or be turned into a tree.
What
would you
isn't it the
choose?
same thing?
Yes.
Depends on how you look at it, I guess.
Here's my question then. If I die, is that it? Or is my body left and something can be done with it?
Oh, something. Most definitely.
That was a very vague, that was a very strange way to word it.
Saber has some
Intentionally
ideas.
vague.
Telling it to Nora.
So put animatronics in it.
Yeah, maybe the new Pirates ride.
I mean, arguably, if you believe in the concept of reincarnation, you could come back as a tree.
Yeah, so
That'd be really ironic.
that's just extra steps though.
It's just extra steps.
I'd be so upset. I'd be like, oh, damn it.
Extra steps. The boat's a boat, but a mystery box could be anything.
That's just cheap writing.
That's Family Guy.
Yes.
That's very good.
It could
can
even be a
tell
boat.
that the water
Even
is
a boat. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. I mean, on my Twitter profile, it says I'd like to be a tree. So as not to go against that, I'll say, see, it's a sign. I'll say, I'd turn into a tree. What kind of tree? Wait, dang it. What kind of tree?
Oh, God. Your choice.
My choice?
Mm-hmm.
A redwood. Bigger than General Sherman.
That reminds me, isn't that like a question that people would always ask at cons? Is like, if you could be a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
What?
I'd be a...
Yeah, people used to ask that at cons a lot.
Where was I?
Can't say I've heard it,
surprise me.
but it doesn't surprise me either.
I would be a Jeffrey tree.
Oh.
That'd be a giant wooden oak.
I'd be a sequoia because it represents...
Wait, Saber, it would always be wooden. It's a tree.
Yeah, they're all trees.
So.
We also, Gabe, one thing you also missed earlier was we were given advice from Saberspark that if you ever see someone drowning, to let them drown.
Yep.
Not try to say.
Well, you know, you don't want to interfere with nature.
The chosen one.
The ease with
Long
which you said
live the king.
I mean, isn't that, you know, natural selection? If they can't swim, the planet's better off without them.
Well, doesn't fat float, so wouldn't that be survival of the fattest?
Okay, maybe. But what if they're floating face down and just kind of splashing around?
Well, then they're probably having fun, right?
Well, I would assume so. And then if they drown, it's not my fault.
Where have we even gone?
Blame. Oh, man. Well,
This is great.
Sarah,
Yeah.
are there any other topics on the table?
Other than us talking about being excited for the MLP movie, I don't have anything else lined up.
There's a movie?
Yeah.
There's a movie game.
Yeah, Equestria Girls.
May I
It's a movie.
ask, has anybody else been getting My Little Pony movie commercials 95% of the time they go on YouTube?
No.
Not on YouTube, but I am getting them like on other websites. It's just like the ads on the bar.
It's relentless on Pornhub.
Yeah, it's all over.
I've shamelessly blocked my ads on the internet, but I have seen them a lot on TV.
You're killing me, Matt. You're killing me.
You're welcome,
Well,
Saber.
no, I mean, I think it goes without saying I don't get them on Chrome, but when I'm on my phone, every time. You know what? I'm gonna try right now. This will be the one time it doesn't happen, but I'm just gonna pull up some random video on YouTube and no, it's not the My Little Pony ad. That would guarantee it, though. Here, I'll play my own video.
If you played the My Little Pony trailer and got a trailer for the movie, that would be highly amusing.
That would be funny. Right now, I'm not getting any ads though, which is ticking me off. Stop the phone.
Now he can play.
Hello, everyone.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not getting any ads. The end. I rest my case.
Are you watching your own video?
Well, yeah. My channel was open, so I just clicked it.
You're trying to give yourself money on YouTube, I see.
Did you say greedy when you were trying to get him to open one of your videos? You jerk.
No, what?
No,
Oh, it's a Geico ad.
Steven was sitting here trying to tell you to open one of his videos, and he called you greedy for opening one of your own.
Wait,
I'm
what?
gonna try this. Let's see here. I
Semi-perfect.
have a video recommended for me. 1 hour of Gandalf falling to Howard Shore's The Bridge of Kazu. But I'm laughing because I guess he just goes "Ah!" for an hour. Let's see.
recommended.
Wait.
Yeah,
This was the song that I contacted Saberspark for. The first time I ever made contact with Saberspark.
Here's a big mistake.
Wait a minute. I don't recognize this.
Oh, here we go.
This makes for really good podcasting, guys.
No
I wonder why
kidding.
there's no ad on this one. The best of bad acting in adult movies.
Interesting. I'll have to download that so I can put it on my iPod. 1 hour of Gandalf falling.
That does sound like a good. Oh, here we go. Wii music over a Final Destination death scene.
What?
Yeah, that is actually, I think, what this is.
It goes
Oh,
every.
wow. I will watch this.
Oh,
Oh, she's gonna die. Wow, this really fits. Okay, I'll stop.
All right.
Interesting.
All right.
Well,
No, keep going. This is
No,
riveting
no.
entertainment.
No.
Shut down.
Toodles says no.
So, me, Jeffrey, and Matt, we're going to see the MLP movie tomorrow night.
Yeah, in the chat, who is going to be seeing the MLP movie on opening night? I'm curious. Or at least one of you guys planning to.
A bunch of bronies.
Wow, you're not even in the chat. Wow, Saber.
Now everybody in the podcast answer too.
We'll wait for the 6-second delay.
Yeah, boy!
So on the East Coast, we have the Saberspark team. So who's seen it with you?
Loyal's gonna be seeing it. Hero's gonna be seeing it. Hela's gonna be seeing it. Well, I think because they're arriving
on
late.
Friday, right?
You're arriving late tomorrow night, and then we're gonna go see it on Friday together.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah, we're gonna be seeing it tomorrow night with so that's Toodles, PanamaMatt, and myself.
Yep.
Gonna be going.
You guys gotta let me know if it's good.
Okay.
Why don't you come and see it with us?
Okay.
Yeah, just fly over here.
Fly
Yeah.
over here, dude.
I could.
You
The
Out
long
of curiosity, for paramotoring, are there any guidelines for crossing state lines?
No,
Don't
not
get
state
caught.
lines, but I'd have to keep my eye on the sectionals because I'm restricted to E and G airspace.
That's the worst. I hate
Obviously.
when that happens.
If you're
I know,
coming
it's
up
the
for
worst.
EQLA, I need to sit down and chat with you about how all that works.
Oh yeah. I'm down to talk about that whenever. I love talking about that. That didn't sound sincere, but it was.
Oh yeah, that's the
My favorite.
Buster Peter.
It's like a.
So let's see. Looking in our chat, Nikki D's going to be seeing it with Flight Force on opening night. Beatles fan seeing it Friday. Cake Slayer says might in a few weeks. Gary says I won't be seeing it till Saturday with the boyfriend.
Who's getting it on BitTorrent?
Nobody.
Bad. Nora says
bad.
I'm seeing the MLP movie tomorrow night near my house.
Nice.
Imperius says opening night is the 6th here. And Loyal says, yeah, boy.
Yeah,
Saturday.
Yeah, boy.
Wee.
A lot of people saying they're going to be seeing it. So
boy,
Very good.
boy.
it's interesting. It's going to be a very interesting movie to look at as far as the box office goes.
Yeah.
Did you guys see my tweet earlier? By the way,
We don't follow you.
shut up. I don't.
Yeah, I
follow
saw it.
You
I
tweet?
retweeted it.
Oh yeah. So I made a tweet and it says it's interesting to see people who are most afraid of being judged by society are often the ones who jump to conclusions based on stereotypes.
Yeah.
What I'm saying here, by the way, is that because I had some people I had one person be like, "Wait, but I'm nervous for these reasons. And I'm like, well, wait. I'm not saying that if you're afraid of being judged by society, therefore you are, therefore you stereotype. I'm saying that a lot of the stereotypes I've been seeing are from people who are also like, and I don't want to see this because of this. It's funny because I've mentioned how I keep up with the box office stuff, and seeing the way that they talk about this, a lot of them are like totally just like, oh man, the brony fandom's so weird. It's gonna keep so many people away from theaters, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you fuckers don't even know what you're talking about. Like, it's funny because I don't know. Like, that's the thing to me is like, the same people are saying, oh, there's no way I'm gonna go into that theater because then people are gonna think that I'm a freak. It's like, all right.
It's not surprising. Yeah, honestly.
Gonna know.
That way of thinking is not something that's foreign to me.
Right, because I say it every day.
No.
Yeah. No. But yeah, no, so I was cracking up because I mean it should be fun. It's gonna be a fun time seeing this movie with friends and seeing again. I'm curious to see how it does. Hopefully it's successful, at least profitable.
I hope so. I hope that it makes Hasbro money because that will make them keep throwing money at the people who make the show. And I hope Larson is wrong and it doesn't suck. And I hope.
Wow.
I hope. I just hope it's really good. I hope everyone loves it, including
whether it's really good or really bad. I'm going to enjoy seeing it with people I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll be highly entertaining. It will be highly entertaining one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I want to. I agree with what you said. It's going to be great to, see like people that are in this big time movie. I want them to do well, and I want them to, I'm cheering them on.
But you're right. I also want it to be.
Yeah.
Want it to be what?
Want it to be what? I guess it's a mystery.
Matt?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I cut out there?
Yes.
Yeah. You want it to be.
Oh. I want it to be good. Just for the sake of good.
Who saw that coming? I didn't.
That was a surprising twist.
Yep.
Who's a silly pony? Not this one.
Oh god, that video. Yeah, no, it'll be fun. I've heard. Well, for anyone that's paying attention, Rotten Tomatoes, I guess
they don't have any score yet.
They don't have one yet. The embargo ends tomorrow, so that's when people are going to start posting stuff. But I have been seeing some reactions in regards to it, and they actually seem everything I've seen
positive?
Has been positive.
Oh, good,
nice.
So that's
not biased, right?
I don't think
Not
so.
at all.
Good.
I don't think so because the way I was finding these reviews through the box office, so they don't care either way. How they're not invested like we are. So
please do well. We like conventions.
I mean, part of me is like, come on, show, keep being good. Like season 7,
keep the conventions around. It's too much.
This movie has brought out. I've seen a number of people comment about how they're like, I haven't watched the show since season 4, but I'll check this out. And I'm like, oh man, you're missing such a good season.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it really is a good season.
Good stuff. Well, that should be fun. I guess going into is anyone? We have our couple of groups that are going to be seeing it. So Paleo, you're gonna go up there on Friday. You guys are all gonna
meeting up with a hero, and then we're both gonna go up there.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. It should be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of stuff and gatherings in the future, I also want to mention that in about a month? No, 2 months.
Yeah.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
A month and a half. Equestria LA is going to be coming up. And it has officially, this is a topic I forgot about, EQLA has officially announced that this will be the last EQLA.
Sad face.
No.
That being said, it is set up pretty well to go out with one heck of a bang.
Mm-hmm.
Darn
it
right,
is.
we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to your Who's line.
It should be fun. That's the fourth time I've said that in the last 2 minutes. Should be fun. But yeah.
It'll be sad to see it go, but
Uh-huh.
you know that doesn't mean there won't be another one with a different name somewhere down the line.
Hopefully, it's like one of those Indian stores going out of business sales, and it's just a way to sell more tickets.
They're just bullshitting. They're just like, guys, it's the last one. All right,
I can guarantee you that is not the case.
I know.
Matt has a close enough hand in the cookie jar to know that that's not the case. However, I
what you're talking about.
I do notice, or not notice, but I agree with what Matt said, is that just because this is the last EQLA doesn't mean that we're never going to see another convention of this sort in Southern California.
Yeah.
One of which that comes to mind is Pacific PonyCon, which was in San Diego. As far as I know, I don't think they completely disbanded. I think, I could be wrong here, don't quote me on this, but luckily this isn't.
I'm quoting you on it.
Yeah, no, but I think from the last time I read their transcript, it was more of them saying like it's not going to be this year, but maybe we'll get something going in the future. So we could see something like that. Pacific PonyCon might be able to, since EQLA is not happening, maybe be able to be like, okay, well, we know we have a lot of people in the area, or maybe a different convention will show up or maybe a similar but not completely different convention will show up. We'll see what happens in the future. I don't think this is the last time we'll see some sort of MLP convention in Southern California.
But what I gotta say is, for those of you that are going, go and enjoy it.
Yeah.
For those of you that aren't,
don't tell me to do. I'm not going to enjoy anything.
You need to use
for those
reverse
of you that
psychology.
aren't, watch racist vlogs.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't do that,
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you? What?
Well, I can't think of any other topics to hit upon.
does that mean it's time
So
for
shall we
questions?
go to Q&A?
Yeah, we could go to
Next
Q&A
like
right
20
now.
minutes or so. It's
Yeah.
about 7:10 right now.
Yeah, so we'll probably end for about a 7:30 o'clock. 7:30 o'clock.
7:30 o'clock.
7:30 o'clock. All right, there's this one question from Oziel that I'm just going to get out of the way. He asks, where's SPP episode 62? I just checked the playlist. It is there. So that's where it is.
Good question.
On
I
our
like that
YouTube channel.
All right, good
Well
Q&A.
answered.
Good job.
Well, at least we, now we know.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Trying to make sure that none were super early. Oh, there's one that's early. Jory asks to everyone, what are you guys most looking forward to in the MLB movie?
I don't know.
I don't know what's in it.
I'm excited to see the sea ponies.
Popcorn. Popcorn.
Call on the sea ponies.
I'm excited to hear like the big stars as ponies.
Yeah.
That's gonna be kind of neat and good blackmail.
Good.
I'm just
looking forward to seeing the story unfold.
Oh, yes, I agree, and the animation as well. Sorry, I'm really looking forward to like the super. It looks pretty quality. I'm maybe with the exception of the 3D rendered stuff, but hopefully that wasn't complete and it's better in the movie.
I agree. I'm hoping that too, because the 3D stuff looks a little funky.
It looks
in the trailers.
It looks Nintendo Wii is what it looks.
But there's hope. There's hope.
Wouldn't it be great if that's actually how they made it? Exact same graphics engine.
Let's see.
All right.
It's
Next
the source code
question.
Wii.
Let's see. Cinder asks, do you know... Let's see. Wait. I think this might be directed just to ACRacebest, but I'm not sure. Do you know what desktop ponies are? If so, would you like it if I made you one?
Aren't they the ones that like walk all over your desktop?
I would assume that's what it is.
That'd be cool. I'd
2012.
totally be down with one of those little dudes.
Okay, let's see. Oziel asks, thoughts on Teen Titans and now Bob's Burgers getting a movie?
Bob's Burgers, woo!
I didn't know Teen Titans was getting a movie.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go specifically.
Ooh,
That's interesting.
Yeah, I haven't watched either of those enough to really be excited.
I don't watch them either, but what it indicates to me is that TV shows are being made into movies. I'm sure that shocks people to hear, but there's something profound buried in there if I wasn't distracted by my...
The weird thing about it is, like, since Bob's Burgers is getting a movie, it's like, wow, it took them less time than The Simpsons to get one. Because The Simpsons took like 18 years to get a movie.
Yeah,
but that's a sign of the times, though. It wasn't considered, smart or profitable, I guess, to do that. And then they did kind of break ground or pioneer that. I guess they're not the first to do it, but they were one of the biggest, one of the most successful. And I think that's kind of laid the groundwork for them turning popular TV shows into movies. Because they know it already has an audience. That's the smart part about doing that. You already have a dedicated fan base. And even if you tick them off, they're going to go see it. So it's guaranteed cash. It'll at least cover the production cost.
You hope.
How'd you
Are
know?
these both going to be TV movies or?
No, theatrical.
Whoa.
Theatrical. I'm talking about,
Damn.
Yeah. We're not talking Equestria Girls here.
So the thing I'm kind of upset about is, like, well, we haven't heard anything about the Adventure Time movie, like, since it was announced. So I'm like, oh, Teen Titans Go movie. Oh.
Or the Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger movie.
Oh, yeah, we haven't heard anything about that either.
I think that might be shelved for now.
It's only been 5 years. Give it some time.
All right. Ben Madood asks, when will Saber or Paleo make a video on the series Ruby, RWBY?
Produced by Rooster.
I don't really have any interest in watching it.
Why not?
I don't know. I
what
just
is it?
don't find it interesting.
Like as an engineer,
YouTube show with anime people.
It's an anime series produced by Rooster Teeth, the same company that brought Red vs. Blue to you.
I love Red vs. Blue.
So good.
I believe the creator was Monty and he was kind of the head lead behind it. Part of their animation department. It's probably one of their bigger productions that they've put on so far. It's done in kind of an anime style, I'll call it, but they're based out of Texas, so I may be offending people who are into anime by referring to it as such.
Oh, it's so fucking anime.
I don't know if the term's dedicated to Japan or if it refers to a style, but if it does refer to the style, it's very
anime. It's the style. It's definitely very anime style. Let's see. Silver Blaze asks, they say it's embarrassing story time. Does anybody have an embarrassing story they'd like to share?
No.
I'm trying to think of one.
I'm trying to think of one.
Yeah.
I was once with Saberspark at a convention, and that was pretty embarrassing.
Did I ever share with you all my Calvin and Hobbes story?
Your Calvin and Hobbes story.
Tell it.
Lay it on us.
It's a good.
It's a good one. All right. So, I'm supposed to my laptop. Like, okay, here we go. So when I was a young boy, my father would. When I was a young boy.
When you were a young warthog, go ahead.
When I was a young warthog. When I was a young boy.
When I was a young warthog. Okay.
Good story.
Thank you. No, when I was a young boy, I typically would always throw myself into whatever I liked. I still do it to this day. And there was a time when I was just crazy over Calvin and Hobbes. I had all the books from like Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Like, every day. And I like to mimic things that I like. So like I was like, well, Calvin talks to Hobbes, so I want to talk to my own stuffed animal. So I had the brilliant idea as like I think I was like 10 or 11 to actually I have 12, I think. It was way past my time to be doing this kind of stuff. And
I think you were like 14 when you started.
so this happened last week. No,
I like where this is going.
So I was like, basically, I was too old for this, and I decided to recreate Calvin Hobbes by having my own stuffed animal, my teddy bear, who was like the size of my head, maybe. So I would like roll around the front yard with him in the grass, and cars would drive by and be like looking at me like, what's he doing playing with this teddy bear? You know, this guy who's obviously almost a teenager, you know, who could marry a woman probably back in like the dark ages. And here's this modern boy rolling around the grass with a teddy bear. I decided to take it a step further. I decided to take my teddy bear on a picnic. So there's a golf course that was near my house, and this golf course was like a par 5, it was a big one. And I thought no one would be there that day, so I took my backpack full of PB&J sandwiches, my teddy bear, my Calvin Hobbes books, and like a towel, and rode my bike
and some tissues and some lotion.
That's the next day. And then, so I like a towel, like a picnic blanket. So I just took like a towel from the bathroom. I was very like bare bones when I was a kid. Like I would wrap like presents with toilet paper back when I was like 5 or 4. Thank you. So I rode up to the tee, set my towel out, you know, kind of laying on my belly with my legs in the air while I'm bringing my Calvin Hobbes book with my little teddy bear propped in my backpack. And I'm like talking to him like, yo, Teddy, look at this. This is a great comic. You know, we're so like you and I, like Calvin Hobbes, yeah. And I hear these golf carts in the distance driving up the tee, and I'm like, oh my god. And it just kind of like this dread finally started to like hit me, where it's like, I shouldn't be doing this. It's weird. And these 2 golf carts pull up with these 4 golfers who are just staring at me. But they get out of the golf cart, kind of like talking, you know, washing the club with like a towel, and they just kind of make eye contact. And they're like looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and I just kind of start gathering my stuff up slowly, and I was like, just kind of put it in my backpack and just rode my bike away.
Oh, well, here I was hoping you'd offer him a sandwich or something.
What a freak!
My teddy bear didn't eat it.
I blew out my pants.
Whoa! What?
So I at some point at work,
like bent over and split them, blew them out, or like toilet emergency did not happen, did not make it, blew out.
All of the above. No, it looked as though like had I like bent over, which I do quite a lot. But it's weird because like the rip, it was basically the entire lining on one of the sides of my rear pockets in my pants just gave out, and I didn't know this. And so we're all walking to a meeting, like there's a bunch of us headed to our meeting room, and I'm leading the the way, and my coworker is like, you know there's a hole in your pants, right? And I'm like, oh crap. And in my head, I'm thinking like, oh, it's probably like, you know, a hole the size of my thumb or something. And I stuck my whole hand through this hole. And I was like, oh my god. And yeah, it was bad. I never noticed it. Like I should have heard this thing like
or felt
break.
the breeze.
Yeah,
I had something similar happen to a bathing suit. I think someone told me that they wanted me to stand on a post and do the Karate Kid kick. I'm gonna go with someone told me to do that, because if the truth was that I just chose to do it, that would be even more embarrassing. But all I remember is that there were a bunch of girls, and I did this kick, and it went this huge rip, and it ripped down the middle, like a good long rip, like a big rip. And I was very embarrassed, so I was kind of waddling like when you had those Japanese skirts, you know, just kind of, because I didn't want to separate my legs too much. And it was a long time ago, so I don't remember all the details. All I do remember is that I ended up riding back to the cabin or wherever we were staying in the back of a pickup truck with like 4 girls that I didn't know, and it was very, very awkward. So yeah, that's mine.
All right. Does anybody else have a story they would like to share?
Probably.
Sarah?
Okay.
Sarah, do you have one?
I just drooled on my pillow pretty good, like just before the podcast.
Yeah, but everyone already heard that.
That's pretty bad.
The fact that you can even show your face in public.
Pretty much blows your Calvin and Hobbes story out of the water.
Yeah. I don't know.
Saber, you were such a cute kid.
Oh, cute 16, 17-year-old.
Wait, you were 17 when you did that?
He keeps getting older.
Well, he said he was too old for it. Let's see. Oziel also asks, thoughts on your name getting live action produced by J.J. Abrams. So there was a movie that came out, not even last year, named Your Name, the anime, and now it's getting a live action fucking remake. It's fucking ridiculous.
My name, like it was gonna explode or something.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel Brown.
I would love to see the Gabriel Brown live action.
I've seen people talking
every time I go to a convention.
I've seen people talking about this movie, and most people seem to be very apprehensive.
About
I don't know
live action.
how you could possibly improve upon it by making it live action.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they're doing it.
It's just stupid.
Remind me, who made Avatar? The Last Airbender for
Oh,
copyright?
M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, for some reason I got that and J.J. Abrams confused. I'm like, well, here we go
Oh,
again.
J.J. Abrams is lens flare.
Wait, you got them confused?
Michael Bay's explosions.
Well, they're very different people.
Yeah,
I know they're very different people, but I just got this
very different directors.
thread when I heard live action, and I thought it was going to be the same director.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I know M. Night Shyamalan and J.J. Abrams.
Abrams is lens flares. Shyamalan is dead people, and Michael
was
Bay
Stephen King.
explosions.
All right.
So if Michael Bay and damn, I've already forgotten his name. What the hell?
Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. If they co-directed a movie, could you lens flare an explosion?
Oh, they did. They have, didn't they? Co-direct Super 8 or whatever. No, that wasn't Michael Bay. That was Steven Spielberg.
Spielberg, yeah.
I'm thinking of the Titanic trailer, the Titanic remake. It's a joke, but they say it's J.J. Abrams and Michael Bay, and people jumping off the ship and exploding when they hit the water, and the scene where she's like painting me like one of your French girls. She's just completely covered with lens flares, so you can't see.
There's actually a video on YouTube by Pistol Shrimps where it's like Titanic, but remade by J.J. Abrams, George Lucas, and then Michael Bay.
Yeah, I love Pistol Shrimps.
So they'll make it about 50% longer. There'll be lens flares and explosions. Got it.
You guys have seen that old Titanic 2 to the surface video, right?
I've not. I've seen Titanic the animated.
It's the one where they take a bunch of clips of Leonardo DiCaprio and splice it into this trailer, and like the whole premise is supposed to be that while they were getting stuff from the ship, like it's basically right after the first movie. So they're like, oh, I can't believe the old lady threw the diamond down here, and they're supposed to be looking for the diamond. And they find Leonardo DiCaprio frozen at the bottom of the ocean, and they pull him up, and the whole movie is supposed to be him like coming
Captain America, sort of.
Yeah, and he's trying to find out what happened to Rose and all this stuff.
Yeah. All right, let's move to the next question. By Ross Pitt asks, who has been your favorite guest star in MLP FIM? Guest voice.
Probably Weird Al.
Yeah,
Weird Al. Yeah. Weird Al, my favorite.
I gotta go with Will Shatner.
But he didn't really do much. I mean, I love William Shatner, but he wasn't, as a character, it wasn't a really memorable character. That's my reasoning.
So not memorable. I don't even know who it was. Who was he?
It's Apple Bloom's grandpa, and Michelle didn't care. And slap her.
I think it's a memorable character, but it's just not memorable as William Shatner.
Yeah, you don't hear the character and say Will Shatner.
Yeah.
Did you say Michelle didn't care?
She didn't. She really couldn't care less. She was more excited that her mother was Felicia Day, who I had no idea who was.
What?
You don't know who Lisa Day is?
She is a millennial. That's I've just got to accept that.
You're a millennial too.
Yeah, like,
No.
Was that here where we all
I'm
discovered?
an old soul.
Because I was having this conversation with somebody, and all of a sudden I realized that I was a
It
millennial.
was me.
And I'm
You were
like,
talking with
No,
me,
we
and
are.
you're like, "Oh, I'm not a millennial."
You don't have to
yeah,
act
you
like
are.
Apparently, Felicia Day is an American actress, singer, and writer, web series creator known for such things as the web series The Guild.
The Guild, yeah. You haven't watched the. Oh, I guess you weren't a WoW player. That's fair. Whatever.
I know the song from the Guild. That what? No, wait. The I'm the one that's cool song. I know that's Felicia Day, but that's like the only thing I know that she does.
She was also V in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and is apparently in the Mystery Science Theater 3000: The Return.
Yeah, she's in the reboot.
Oh, okay. For
Okay,
the
she's
longest time here, I thought Gabe was saying that Michelle's mom voiced a character named Felicia Day,
Oh no.
and now I'm aware that that's not the case.
Wow.
No.
I was like, I didn't know Monique did a voice.
No, Monique
That's
doesn't.
real cool. That's funny.
Let's move on. Let's see, because we've got like quite a few questions left to go.
Well, let's keep going.
All right. Drummer Shy asks, "Is there anything you could remember from being on the Brony fandom in over 6 years?" This is a weird
I
question.
can remember a lot of stuff.
I remember a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
a
I'm
lot of
actually gonna
conventions.
record a video before
I wasn't in the
tomorrow
Brony
about
fandom,
that.
was I?
6 years ago,
It was cool.
I remember when Twilight was a unicorn.
the fandom was much more, at least from my perspective, it was much more about, the irony of the fact that it's a bunch of adults watching a kids show, and that was kind of the initial appeal for me. I thought it was funny and facetious almost, and
guys.
it was
What
exciting.
the hell? What word did you just use?
Facetious.
Isn't it
like
facetious?
Lauren, I'm gonna pop out.
I don't think it has a T in
I
there.
Okay, Pop.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, what's happening?
Someone left.
Saber and Laura left.
I feel like now that it's much
Losers.
more established, there's a tremendous amount of people who are really like into it, even more so than I
Yeah.
ever was, and I still enjoy it, but I can't keep up with their intensity, so I'm a little
Yeah.
reserved.
The intensity of who?
Reserved you.
Yeah, the fandom in general, as it is now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still think that it's I know what you're getting at because we've been to enough conventions to see how intensely some people can get into the show. But I still feel like the vast like majority are kind of, like most of us keep up with the episodes and whatnot and just kind of go, oh, okay, that was cool, as opposed to like I'm impressed sometimes, and it scares me to a point where when some people are like, oh my god, you know that one pony that was in this episode and this thing, and they were on the screen for 5 seconds and they sucked their tongue out of the camera, and you're like, oh my god.
It's crazy to me that some people like remember episode by number, and I'm like, no, you got to give me the fucking title or at least like the synopsis of the episode.
Tell me what happened.
Because people are like, oh, what do you think of season 7, episode 12? And I'm like, what the fuck episode was that? I don't know.
Yeah, you got to tell me what happened, or
like there are exceptions. Like if you said episode 100, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, but that's like a milestone.
And right now,
I've been standing with you in Disneyland, and a random song comes on, and like the Soaring Over America soundtrack. And you're like, you know where this is from?
Yeah, I don't know how I do it. As far as soundtracks go,
come on, and he will know.
No, it's not.
Yes,
We're bragging about my ability to call out music.
All right, next is Nora Mermaid's
incredible.
question. And I'm reading this tweet as it is typed. My question is for Gabe, which is, if you could be any Disney character, who would you be?
Stitch.
Really?
I love Stitch. Stitch is my all-time favorite Disney.
You would want to be him?
Oh, maybe not. He's got kind of a bad life. I'd want to be friends with him. I can relate to him. Okay. I don't know. Maybe some character that's rich.
Okay.
Or that can
Like
fly,
Hans-
like Peter Pan or something.
So,
Yeah, Peter Pan.
or any of the princesses.
Oh, or maybe Jim's Hawkins from
Ooh.
Jim's Hawkins. Wow, Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
That's a
That's a good
cool
one.
life.
Yeah.
I would want to be Nick Wilde for no specific
No one
reason.
asked you.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. This Zootopia is Disney. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Nick Wilde.
Nice, good choice.
And just an update on Cinder. They are making a desktop pony for all of us now. Awesome! Can't wait to
Thank
see.
you! Make mine say that.
Let's see. The next question was going to be for Laura, but they
we
just
can
left.
answer for her.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, okay. Nora Mermaid says, "My question is for Laura. If you were a mermaid, what color would your tail be?"
Purple.
Yeah,
would
probably
be purple.
purple.
Probably
It would
purple.
probably be purple.
It
Or
would
like
be
a dark
dark
navy blue.
red, like the color of dark
Sin.
red.
I think our consensus is purple though.
Purple.
Ghosty, Diamond. Everybody's got October names. Asks, have you been to Neo Yokio? And if you have, what are your thoughts? Do they mean
Or
Tokyo?
have we watched it?
Oh,
I have not
seen.
heard it. It's a
Okay.
thing on-
It's a okay, it's a show or something.
Yeah, I think on Netflix. That came out. It's the Jaden Smith anime.
Oh my god.
I have
Oh,
not
no.
seen
Dear.
it or even heard of it. That's why I was so confused when I read it.
Knowing this exists makes me a little bit sadder in general.
Just about
It
everything.
looks completely
Really.
ridiculous. Like
On,
in a
on
good way. Though.
purpose.
Has anyone been keeping up on the new DuckTales show?
Yeah,
I
No,
haven't seen the new episodes yet.
I
I
saw
haven't
the
seen any
theme
episodes
song.
yet.
I'm caught up.
Actually, Gabe, yeah, would you be Scrooge McDuck then?
He's
No, he
rich,
would
but he's
be-
also kind of a douche as far as ducks go.
Yeah. For Duck, he's a douche.
Ducks can be douchey.
Yeah.
They
can-
definitely can be.
Hello, Saberspark.
I can join.
Saber. What color mermaid would Sarah, Laura
Look.
be?
What
Hey, Sarah,
if
what color
if
mermaid
Laura
would
was
you
a mermaid, Saber? What color tail would she have?
Purple.
Okay,
be? There you go.
was that
I
Saber
said
that
that.
answered? Okay.
Yeah, that
For a second, I was like, was that Saber that said it?
Well, it turns out we
Did
can
it
fool
just
Matt
click?
pretty easily.
Yeah, I know.
There we go.
I'd have to ask her.
Stop it. All right.
I'm back.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Saber,
Hi, Saber.
if Laura was a mermaid, what color tail would she have?
Tuna.
What?
Tuna's not a color.
I love that answer, though.
Alright.
Tuna color.
Color.
Color. I
Yeah.
like to know what color, what kind of fin she would have.
No,
Oh.
what color? Like in the Little Mermaid, all the fins are like the same looking, but they all are different colors. What color would her fin be?
Tuna.
Okay. You're so funny. No wonder you have so many
fucking
subscribers.
clever, don't you?
He does. He does.
Alright. Toga Pikachu asks, any thoughts on the new Pokemon movie coming out? Which one is this one now? Because
Is it
there's
the
so
I
many.
Choose You one?
Oh, maybe.
I don't
Oh, is that the one
know.
where like
What's
they're
movie?
redoing like the first episode ever, but they're leaving Misty and Brock out of it?
Yeah.
What?
That's dumb.
No, it's not, because it's more accurate to the games.
Oh my gosh, what?
So, like, wait, so what?
Though, in that case, they should have had it as red, not ash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they kind of already had like a mini series of like based on the games, like pretty.
Yeah.
Look, as long as they avoid
Faithfully.
the phrase "Pokemon
That
aren't
was too
fight, not
very,
like
very short. Not
Pokemon
long.
aren't meant to fight, not like this.
Michael
Not
Vick
like
walked up,
this.
puts his hand on their shoulder.
We're not all that different.
Hey guys, my name's Meowth, and this is my friend Nathan.
Lane, that's Timon.
Demo.
Hey, hi, Meowth. Hi, amazing.
Oh my god. All right.
When he was a young warthog.
I'm Jack McBrayer.
You know what's funny is Jack McBrayer's voice made an appearance in that Big Mouth show on Netflix. He was,
Really?
He was a pubic hair.
Oh my god.
He's really going up in the world.
All right, we've got a few more questions left, so let's.
Well, don't worry, Meowth will answer them.
Whoa, okay.
Don't do this.
Joey
Norse, shut up. Norse Brony asks, do you think the media will take an interest in the fandom again as the movie will draw heavy attention towards it?
Hopefully not.
Well, as a friend...
Yeah, hopefully not, because if it does, it's probably going to be for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, please, nobody, I think the last time I heard of a weird news story coming out of a movie theater, it involved somebody getting it on with themselves.
Except this time it'll be a pillow.
Wasn't there already a scandal that one of the storyboard artists got kicked out of the premiere because someone else in a Pinkie Pie wig was filming?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yep.
caught someone filming and then they kicked them both out for some stupid.
How dare you?
How dare you
That's
cut
bad on
someone?
security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Zombie D or Nikki D asks, "What are your predictions for the movie?" I don't know if we should get into this one because, I mean, like,
Meow, I predict that the villain will become a good guy, like every other story on.
probably. Meow.
You ain't even wrong though. Like
Yeah.
Meow, don't worry, Meowth will show up and grow a unicorn on.
I think that the MLP movie is going to end up being like the movie, shit.
Well,
That is a good
I haven't
movie.
heard of that movie.
the movie shit.
The movie Hostel.
Quickly to IMDb. Does that movie actually exist?
Alright, I think there's only 2 questions left, I think.
Oh.
Wait, maybe one. Only one.
One question.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's Hunter Garris asks, have
Mr. Garris.
any of you seen that animated film Leap? Also, P.S. Toodles, please play Oxenfree. I will play Oxenfree, but probably later this month.
I haven't
I
seen
did
it
see
yet.
Leap.
Me and Jeffrey saw Leap, and
Yeah, we
it
saw
was not a good film, but it was good to laugh at.
Yeah, there was a
Oh.
lot of weird stuff. Like that movie. Is there anyone else here who's seen it?
Give us
that's
a synopsis. What is it?
That's Ballerina, isn't it? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
it's
I was thinking
also
of another
known as
thing.
Ballerina. It's about this girl who wants to be a ballerina, and she like escapes with this other orphan boy because they're both orphans, and they go to France. The boy starts working with the guy who's building the Statue of Liberty, and then the girl's learning ballet, and she achieves her dreams and becomes a very well-known ballerina.
It is a Lady Liberty. Yo,
Nothing is impossible.
Never say never again.
I'm fucking drowning.
Nobody save him, please.
Yeah, we don't save those people here.
You guys know what movie we're talking about?
American
No.
Tail.
No, Thumbelina.
Oh yeah,
No, I knew-
Thumbelina
I
too.
knew it was-
Yes,
I knew you were
they
saying
both
Thumbelina.
had. They both have French birds. And yeah,
Yeah, they do.
I like that you know that, Sarah.
well, Jacquemot.
I am
And
Earlier, when it turned fall, I was trying to find a GIF of Giacomo. Guacamole.
Guacamole.
I was trying to find a GIF of him because, like, there's that scene in Thumbelina where the seasons change, and he's like, "Autumn, it is autumn," and like the leaves just immediately fall. And I couldn't find it, but I did find the winter one, so I will use that one when
It
winter
is
comes.
winter. You're going
Autumn.
Winter is coming.
The
My
White
wing.
Walkers are out in the field.
You're sure to do impossible things if you follow your heart. Okay. But yeah, I think that's all
Just
of.
had sex with you on
That's all of the questions that I see. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quiche.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna call it here. We will be back for
We
the
will?
Semi-Perfect podcast. Hopefully.
Hey, did anybody ask George Kane why the world didn't end?
I hope. He promised.
I was
Um,
prepared.
No,
Well,
but what's funny about that is that night, apparently there was like a satellite launch.
yes.
Oh no!
Yes, there was.
There was like this, and me and Jeffrey were at the Irwindale track that he works at, and we saw the satellite launching into the sky. And Jeffrey was kind of like, "Man, if we didn't know that there was a satellite launch today, I wonder if like how many people
we
would have
been
panicked."
like, oh shit! Oh, well,
You know,
folks,
there were
again,
some
we will-
people in America who didn't know about the total eclipse, and when it happened, they just crapped their pants.
It probably just looked like it got cloudy.
How could people not know about the eclipse? Like you,
Dude, I'm talking totality. In the path of totality,
okay.
it is weird.
I guess it'd be
It's
more
not-
than cloud.
No, believe me, there's such a huge difference from 0.01% of the sun showing and 0% of the sun showing that it's not even comparable.
Yeah.
You can't even tell that the sun is covered by the moon until it is completely covered. That's how bright the sun is. But as soon as it is, it's dark as night. There are stars in the sky. The whole horizon is rimmed with a deep, deep red, and there's this black portal with a white ring around it, and these wispy coronal, jets that extend, 15 arc seconds in every direction. And yes, if you didn't know that was about to happen, you would think it was the end of the world. I was scared, and I knew exactly what happened. It was that, weird. The temperature drops, the crickets start chirping, the wind stops. It's remarkable, and it's so worth actually traveling to see a total eclipse.
As amazing as that sounds, the one thing that stuck with me is you referred to it as 15 arc seconds in every direction. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, with that, folks, we will be back on October 18th, 2017. So 2 weeks from now, it'll be our Ponyville Cider Fest preview show. We're going to be talking about, because some of us are going to be on our way to Cider Fest the follling day.
You have fun.
We'll be thinking of you, Gabe.
Yeah.
And then, so we will be back in 2 weeks. Other than that, everybody enjoy the movie. I hope you get a chance to see it in theaters. Eat lots of popcorn, because that's what I'm going to do. And you all have a good night.
Good
night, Moon.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night.
And remember, let them drown.
Yes.
No.
Let the children drown.
Nice, they all float here.